the game. Firouzja finally starting there.
Yeah, I'm not really sure whether it will affect him too much. He just has to, especially because he can simply play these opening moves very quickly. And Firouzja actually has started by pushing his queen's pawn to squares up the board.
Yeah, so Magnus finally looking composed. He's wiped the sweat off his brow. He's ready, and we do see a queen's pawn opening. And this is something Firouzja has done regularly this tournament and in previous tournaments. I think he actually started the game in pretty much the same way against Magnus Carlsen in the last tour event. But Magnus now takes the chance to develop his bishop. I don't think this is what he did last time against Firouzja.
I would love it if the player, I mean, we've been talking about that and getting heart rate monitors on the players, you know, to see during games if their pulse rises, if they're getting nervous, how they're feeling about the position. I would love to have that right now, because I bet Magnus's heart rate would be quite high, and maybe higher than when he is in like a very pressured situation on the chessboard. He seems to always keep calm when playing chess.
Yeah, that's right. He's renowned for staying calm and keeping his heart rate a certain level. But here, yeah, I agree with you. He's a tiny bit flustered. But you know, the thing is though, he would have known who his opponent was, and he would have had time to prepare. And Firouzja is sticking to very well known and his personal favourite weapon. I mean, he defeated Wesley So with this particular opening. But okay, he has varied, and I do like how Magnus has approached this opening, because he has just decided to just develop his light square bishop.
Yeah, Magnus continuing to wipe his brow. This is a very solid opening. It's transposed to a branch of what we call the Slav defense, which is, I mean, basically black trying to build a wall with his pawns in the center. Look at this, black is about to put pretty much all of his pawns on light squares if he can.
Yes.
And yeah, this one is very well known, but Firouzja, it's awesome to think.
Do you think that Firouzja will play the most challenging line, which is to actually develop the queen and sacrifice a piece?
Yes.
So shall we show?
If we bring up the analysis
hard. And this is perfect counterplay.
Yeah, perfect.
Also, look at I have to just a few games have finished. So Nakamura has won his game against Gawain Jones, unfortunately for the British, but Duda on his birthday, winning his first game today against Johann Sebastian Christiansen, and right there, Wesley So won that very important game against Arjan Tari on the same points. So it's starting to look good for Wesley. So he was outside top 8, but this is going to take him inside top 8. Interesting.
Yeah, Wesley started with only 1 point from his first 4 games, but he's fought back. He's doing well right now. And yeah, for Duda, winning on his birthday, we've seen it in this tour. I mean, it is quite well known. It's said that players, they struggle to play on their birthday, and Magnus Carlsen failed to win almost a winning advantage, and that's purely because Black's pieces are better. Black's pawn structures are better as well. Black's pawns, especially in the centre, they're all connected. You want to have as few pawn islands as possible in these types of scenarios, and White has 2 isolated pawns, 1 on each flank. It's not ideal. And now Black jumps in with the other knight. I love that move. It looks like those 2 knights are ready to do all the damage.
Yes, like a knight move. That's it.
Yep.
Nothing else. I mean, but okay, how is Magnus going to break through? Because, you know, everything is working well for him. Okay, he's just simply going to net a pawn. Greed is good. We've been through this before.
Greed is often good, especially in the endgame when there's no, dynamic factors to punish the greed.
Especially if you can keep control.
It's active. You don't want to activate your pieces. And look at that, Magnus just keeping everything protected. That is so calm. The Black Rook now defending its pawn on the left side and a pawn in the centre. Now Black is threatening to play Bishop takes pawn, and Firouzja has to jump forward with his knight. There's nothing else to do. You have to go active somehow and hope for the best. How will Magnus continue piling on the pressure?
So, according to my general understanding of endgame principles, I will now use this moment to bring in my king, because that's the only piece that isn't really working. What would you do, David?
I agree. You don't want to move the Black Bishop because that would free up the White Rook. You don't want to move the Black Knight because then your Bishop would drop. Black's Rook's doing a great job, so just process of elimination. Black's King is the only piece which was free to improve itself, and just talking to your pieces sometimes is the best way to find the best move. And Rebecca, you called it. The Black King is heading towards the centre, as it should do.
Those pawns would really love to come forward, and yes, I think it looks good. Okay, and so.
But we are getting slightly closer. Firouzja's position is about to fall apart. Black had a huge threat there of Bishop takes pawn. So Firouzja, he's trying to delay the inevitable for as long as possible. He's now going active with his knight, attacking the Black Rook. The Black Rook will simply move. I think there's a choice of squares, but the Black Rook will move, and White's idea, Firouzja's idea, must be to maybe even give a knight check. Look at that. Magnus, he brings his rook down, attacking the white pawn. That pawn is doomed.
And look how he puts his rook, because he puts his rook far away from the Black King, because you do have to be very, very careful, because he could have been tempted to play another rook move. I'm thinking of one where there's potential to be forked, but okay, and then there would be some tactics in the air. But I just like the way that Magnus played, and 3 seconds left on the clock for Firouzja. Okay, oh my god.
Has he?
He's just lost some time.
I think he just lost on time, or he resigned. It's not clear. The youngster, he had a lost position, but